For much of human history, the toilet was a simple affair. Before plumbing, before porcelain, even before outhouses, our ancestors relied on what nature provided. Rivers, streams, and holes in the ground served as the primary means of waste disposal. In rural areas, this often meant finding a secluded spot outdoors. In more densely populated settlements, waste management became more challenging. Open sewers and ditches were common, but they often overflowed, creating breeding grounds for disease. Ancient civilizations like the Egyptians and Indus Valley people developed rudimentary toilets, often little more than holes over pits. These early attempts at sanitation highlight the enduring human need for privacy and hygiene. The Romans, renowned for their engineering prowess, made significant strides in sanitation, which was a cornerstone of their urban planning. Their sophisticated aqueduct system brought fresh water into cities, supplying not only public baths and latrines, but also fountains and private households, ensuring a steady flow of clean water. Roman public toilets were often grand affairs, with rows of stone seats arranged in a communal setting, reflecting the social nature of Roman life. These latrines were more than just places of necessity. They were social hubs where people gathered to gossip, conduct business, and relieve themselves, making them integral to daily life. The Romans' emphasis on public sanitation improved public health, though their understanding of hygiene was still developing. They implemented various measures to maintain cleanliness and reduce the spread of diseases. Waste from the latrines often flowed into open sewers, which continued to pose health risks, as these sewers were not always covered and could contaminate water sources. Nevertheless, Roman sanitation practices were a remarkable achievement for their time, demonstrating a clear link between infrastructure and public well-being, setting a foundation for future advancements in urban sanitation systems. The fall of the Roman Empire saw a significant decline in sanitation practices across many parts of Europe. The sophisticated systems of aqueducts, public baths, and sewers that the Romans had built fell into disrepair. Without the Romans' centralized infrastructure, cities struggled immensely with waste management. Streets became littered with refuse, and the lack of proper sanitation led to unsanitary living conditions. The Middle Ages saw the rise of the Privy, a rudimentary forerunner to the modern toilet. These early toilets were a significant development in the history of sanitation. These small enclosed rooms typically featured a wooden seat over a pit or cesspool. The design was simple but effective for the time. In castles, these privies were often ingeniously built into the walls, with waste dropping directly into a moat or cesspit below. This design helped keep the living quarters cleaner. While a step up from earlier methods, medieval sanitation was far from ideal. The cesspits could become breeding grounds for disease if not properly managed. Cesspits were often emptied into rivers or streets, contributing significantly to the spread of disease. The lack of proper waste disposal systems posed a constant health hazard. The Black Death, a devastating plague that ravaged Europe in the 14th century, was exacerbated by these poor sanitation practices. The plague highlighted the dire need for better waste management and sanitation systems. Section 4. The Flush Toilet, a Victorian Revolution in Sanitation. The invention of the flush toilet in the 19th century marked a significant turning point in the history of hygiene and sanitation. It revolutionized the way people managed waste, leading to cleaner and healthier living conditions. While earlier versions of flushing mechanisms existed, it was during the Victorian era that the flush toilet, as we know it today, was truly born. This period saw the refinement and widespread adoption of the technology. In 1851, a London plumber named George Jennings installed the first public pay toilets at the Great Exhibition. These facilities were a marvel of modern engineering and attracted significant public attention. Queen Victoria herself was impressed by a demonstration of Thomas Crapper's improved toilet design, which featured innovative mechanisms for better flushing. This royal endorsement further popularized the invention and spurred its adoption. The widespread adoption of flush toilets, coupled with significant advances in sewage systems, dramatically improved public health. These innovations helped to reduce the spread of diseases and made urban areas more livable. By efficiently removing human waste from the immediate environment, cities became cleaner and healthier places to live. This Victorian revolution in sanitation laid the groundwork for modern public health standards and urban planning. Section 5. Modern Marvels. from low-flow to high-tech. Today, toilets have evolved far beyond their humble beginnings. Modern toilets are marvels of engineering designed for efficiency, comfort, and hygiene. Low-flow toilets conserve water, while dual-flush systems offer a choice between liquid and solid waste disposal. In some parts of the world, high-tech toilets feature heated seats, automatic flushing, and even bidet functions. From composting toilets that turn waste into fertilizer to waterless systems that use vacuum technology, innovation in toilet technology continues. The humble toilet, once a simple necessity, has become a symbol of progress, reflecting our ever-evolving understanding of sanitation and its impact on the well-being of humanity.